Hey everybody, this is Connie. Welcome back to the Artisan Company. Oh my goodness, today we're going to do a shell project, ode to the summertime. So anyway, let's get started on this fun thing. Okay, I'm going to use mainly three things here, not a whole lot of fussy because the shells are so fussy. So I've got these beautiful dyed shells that I got these from Michael's, the store, the big box store, and I think I featured these in a different video of a bead find, box store bead find. But anyway, they were, let me see, they were $14.99 for the strand, and I think I got them at half off when I bought them. They're pretty good at doing half off sales or buy one get one at Michael's. But anyway, we're going to use these beautiful mother of pearl shells. Aren't they stunning? And then I have these flat, they're kind of a slate blue gray shell, just a little flat. You can see rondelle that we're going to be using. These are like uh, they're like a mother of pearl type shell, but just a little flat. I forgot what the size of these were. Let me check here. They are about a 8 millimeter, 8 to 10 millimeter in size, and we're going to be using those. And then I also got these at Michael's. These are just a bright silver glass bead, and they came in this big old thing here. I think it was maybe $5 or something like that. But anyway, I love this bright silver with this more muted color here. It's going to give it all a pop, and I'll use probably a silver clasp on the end. And so you get your stuff together and we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing I did was I took all the shells, with the exception of these, I took all these shells off the strand, took all the glass beads out, put them over here because I might need those glass beads in another project some other time. But if you'll notice on shells, when you buy something like this, they're curved. They have curves, and they're either going to curve in from the right or curve in from the left. And so what I did was I laid them all out and I determined the curves like this. Okay, so I figured this was the largest shell right here. So I put it in the middle, and then all these curved into it this way, and these all curve into it this way. Some of them are noticeable, like this one is very noticeable. This one's noticeable. This one is. Some of them are very subtle, like this one. You can see the curve barely goes this way. This is subtle as well, but you can still see it. And then I took out these two right here for earrings to go with this, because obviously this is a piece of jewelry that you need to make a pair of earrings to go with it, because it's going to be so hard to find something to match it. So you can either do something with this or something with these to match it, or something with the silver beads, or a mixture of all to match the necklace. So, all right, that's step number one. Let's go to step two. Okay, so I'm starting the pattern, and what I'm wanting to do here is I don't want the shells to touch each other. I want there to be just a little air in between each shell, but not a lot. So what I chose to do is I'm choosing four of the flat Hishi cut beads and one silver in between each strand. So this is where I'm headed, so you can see it. You got four of the little Hishi ones right in the middle, and one of the silver on each side. So that's where I'm headed. So let's just do a few. Um, because like I said, I didn't want the shells to be right on top of each other. I wanted just a little air in between them. And that pattern seems to be the one that works the best. Okay, let me get my hands in the camera here, Shaw. Uh, so let's keep moving. And these color combinations, oh my goodness, this slate gray shell right here is stunning. I wish you guys were sitting here with me, because if you were sitting here with me, you could see it like I see it. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is beautiful. And the silver is going to just be just the thing to pop everything out. Oh my goodness, for summer. This would be beautiful with a strapless dress, or, something that has a collar on it, but maybe in white. Oh my goodness, it would just be stunning. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well. I got new glasses so I can see a little better now. Oh my gosh, this is major. Oh my goodness. I'll show them to you here real soon. I just got them today. So this is my first project with my new glasses. They're different than my other ones. They're square, so they have a little different feel to them. All right, I'm down to the center one. So I'll do that one right there, and then we'll stop and see what it looks like. All right, so here we are. Oh my goodness, guys, look. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. Beautiful on black, beautiful on brown, blues, whites, yellows. Oh my goodness. Stunning. All right, so I'm down to the middle. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and then I'll be back. Okay, here's where we are in the project. Is this not stunning, you guys? This is going to be about an 18-inch long necklace. So this part of the necklace is going to hang in the most beautiful spot on the neck, and I'm so excited about it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is finish off this part right here. Simple, easy peasy. Um, and I'll do one side, and then we'll come back and look at it and keep rocking. Okay, next step. I went ahead and did this side so you know where we were going. You can see what I did was I just alternated the flat rondelle beads with these little silver ones right here all the way up. So it just made this open, airy kind of more of a tribal look, sophisticated tribal look. I guess you could call it beachy tribal look. And it just brings the color and the silver all the way up. Now, what I did do is, and you do not have to do this, but I did do this because I wanted to make a break between this section and this one. You can go ahead and continue on with these silver glass beads here, but I decided to put a larger bead here. It's about an 8 millimeter roughly to start my next thought up here. I think it made a prettier break than just the bead, just the silver bead. Or you could do, a couple of these beads. If you don't have a bigger bead like this, you can do a couple of these to make a little more of a break, or not. These are all design choices that you'll make. And visually, I kind of like that 8 to 10 millimeter bead right there. Connecting this with this, I thought it was a pretty break, but it's not like in your face. Um, but anyway, so that's what I chose to do there. So we're going to keep going here. I'll do a few of these, and then we'll rock and roll with it. And all I'm doing is alternating. And you don't have to have, shells. You can do this same exact pattern using something else. It doesn't matter. Let's say you have, some stones that are kind of pointed or sharded like this, has this kind of look to it. You can do the stones with some other kind of flat bead in there. It doesn't have to be exactly this stuff. I mean, so I guess what I'm trying to say is look at the shapes of things, the shapes and lengths of things, and if you're trying to do this type of style, that's all you're looking for is the shape of something, and you'll get the exact same effect uh, rather than using the exact bead I'm using. Although you can do that if you want to do it, that's fine. But anyway, these shells that I got these shells from Michael's, and they do have other colors other than this natural abalone color. They do have some golden colors that are absolutely stunning, y'all. And I think I saw a pink too when I was picking this one out. I thought I saw one that had more of a pink undertone to it or red undertone to it. It was beautiful, so it was a hard choice to make. But I went ahead and got the natural abalone look as shell is what I did on this one. All right, so you can see easy, easy, easy peasy. Nothing has to be difficult to look amazing, okay? All right, so you can see this is where we're going. I'm going to finish this side up and then we'll get the clasp on. Okay, so I totally forgot we were doing earrings, so I went ahead and I put the clasp on. I'll show you what I did though. Is this not stunning? Oh my gosh, y'all. Yes, this would be beautiful on anything for a dress occasion or a casual. You could dress it up or dress it down. So what I did was on the end here is I went ahead and put my little, what I call, my terminology is finishing beads on, which are these little guys right here. And that's what goes on just before your clasp because it makes it look more finished. So I call it finishing beads. And finish off, I put a couple of bead caps on there to make that actually the look finished. And then I did my crimps and crimp covers and added my beautiful hammered S-clasp to this. You do not have to do bead caps on here. You don't have to do a finishing bead. You can just go straight to the crimp and crimp cover if you want to. But I think it looks better if you'll just do the detail work like we were talking about in the video the other day. In jewelry, details are everything. I cannot stress that more. Don't skip the details. Even if you're doing something that is not ornate, if you're doing something very, very plain, don't skimp on the details. Make sure everything is crisp and level and even and beads the right sizes and da-da-da-da-da. Just can't emphasize that more. Okay, so is this not stunning? Oh my goodness, y'all. I love this. I just love this. I think it's beautiful. All right, let's get to these earrings. They're going to be ultra simple, ultra fast, and you can have them done in no time, and you will have an amazing set of jewelry here to sell or to wear yourself. Okay, so let's go to the earrings. Let's get started on these earrings. Okay, this is ultra simple, ultra fast. I'm just telling you. Okay, here is where we're headed with these. Are these not fab? Oh my goodness, y'all. I love these. I wish I had a pair of these myself. But anyway, ultra lightweight, but big bang for your buck. That's where we're headed. So what we're doing is I'm taking this other shell and I want to make sure that my hole up here has enough room for the jump ring. And this jump ring here is thin. It's not a thick jump ring. It's pretty thin, less than a millimeter or less thin. I got these at Michael's as well. And they're about a 12 or 13 millimeter around. So you want something fairly large. And then I've got these little tiny silver, about a 3 millimeter silver accent balls. So you'll need 4 of those. And then obviously your ear wire and your shell. Okay, so I'm going to open this jump ring up just a little bit. You don't have to open it very far, but just a little bit just to see, you know, where it's going to fit on the earring. And then I'm going to see if it will already go through the hole. Now, if the hole's not quite big enough, you will need one of these little guys, a little bead reamer. But let's just see where it's at. It may be okay. Almost, but not quite. We're almost there. I can see it, but we need a little more space. So I'm going to ream this out very, very, very slowly. Don't do it very hard. Just be very careful with it. You're just putting just a little tiny pressure on it and turning it very slowly. And we'll take it out. I'm going to ream this side, go in the opposite direction. Very slowly, just a little pressure, not a lot, because you don't want to jam it. If you do, it's going to crack the top of this piece right here, and then you'll have to start all over again or come up with another idea. So just slowly. You can also put a drip or two of water on there, which will also help keep the heat down when you're doing this, because heat is created when you ream something. All right. I have different size reamers, so I change them every now and then just to, to use a different size just so I can keep going. I did a necklace out of some of the raw rubies that I have for someone the other day, and she wanted a specific type of necklace. She wanted chain run through there, and I knew. I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to have bigger holes for that chain. And even though ruby's hard, and I could have done it with a Dremel, but I just didn't want to take that chance. So I took my tiny reamers like this and reamed each hole individually on each piece of stone. And it took me about an hour per stone to ream each one of them out. But you wanted to make sure it was very careful. All right, so I got it through right there. I'm going to work on it just a little bit more so that it will go extremely smoothly. I'm going to work on it a little more, and then we'll be back. All right, I got it reamed just enough where I could slide. It slid on there really easily. I just slid it on there. And then you're going to take each one of your little accent beads and put, one on each side. There's that one. And then we'll do this one. Like so. You can see that, see the little accent beads on there. You're going to close it up. And I did this one with my hand because it was the jump ring is small enough, thin enough that you can do it with your hand. Okay. So now what I do next is, because this is the opening to the jump ring right here on the top, I'm just going to turn it where it's actually down underneath this part of the shell. So I'm not going to leave the open part of the jump ring showing. I'm going to turn it where it's under here. And then the last thing you will do here is just add this onto your ear wire. This is so exciting. Let me pick it up. There we go. I feel like I'm staying out of the camera. I need to get back in the camera. All right, close this up. And there we have it. And there's our earrings to go with our necklace. Oh my goodness. These are stunning, you guys. Absolutely stunning. Let me get it organized here. You know me, I have to organize the presentation. Okay, so I have this beautiful shell for summer and easy peasy earrings. Doesn't take no time to make. Hope you got some inspiration from this today. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe, comment. I love to hear from you guys. It is so much fun. Okay, so I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.